Shedi Sharla, and I'm sitting on my yoga mat with my good friend Anne-Marie Sanderson, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Over to you.
Thank you, Cathy. Hi, everyone. So, I am a dance teacher. I teach ballroom and Latin dancing. I also teach dance fitness classes. I am a photographer with a background in news photography, and I also work with people with dementia. So how's that for a varied kind of career?
That is amazing. You are amazing. Of all the years that I've known you, you've just totally inspired me because you do so much for the community. Completely wonderful. So what are you doing primarily at the moment out of those three?
Out of the three, I'm working with people with dementia. So I'm supposed to be running support groups for people with dementia and their carers. Obviously, that isn't happening at the moment. So what I'm doing is I'm giving well-being calls to all of my clients once or twice a week, twice for those who are on their own. I've got one client who's recently been bereaved, so I'm calling her fairly frequently as well because she's stuck at home on her own. Doing things like making up emergency food bags, delivering emergency food bags, getting shopping for people. I've been picking up medication for people. And I've also had Meals on Wheels training as well because the guys there are saying that their rounds are doubling and tripling. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what the state of play is like. There's so many more people that need that help. So I'm on standby for being called out around kind of Hemel and Watford area, apparently, just to go and do some of that. So it's good. It's good.
That is amazing. So for somebody very vulnerable with dementia, what sort of support are they getting? Do you feel that the nation's getting enough support for the vulnerable people?
That's a hard question. I've only been in this job about 2 months or so, so this is all fairly new to me. And actually, I work for Mind, so the team that I work with and the speed at which we mobilised, or the speed at which my team mobilised, was phenomenal. Much quicker than the council, much quicker than any other of the charities in the area in Hertfordshire. So, and we've been getting praise for that. We have already been setting up Zoom meetings. Like I said, we've been doing those one-to-one calls. We were doing that right from the get-go as soon as we were told that we couldn't go into the office, we couldn't hold these meetings. So from our point of view, yes, we're doing everything that we can to support them. Outside of my organisation, I couldn't say. I understand some people aren't happy. I think it's a delicate balance because there are so many people who aren't able to go to work as normal, and so many people have been furloughed and aren't able to get out into the community as they wish. However, on the flip side of that, you've got so many people who are volunteering and now giving their time and creating community, creating a friend, someone I haven't spoken to in a lot of years, called me yesterday and was talking about how she had, on her street, she dropped letters through everybody's door saying, you know, at Thursday night at 8 o'clock, we're going to have a bit of a party. It's so-and-so's birthday, and if anybody needs anything, we'll go and get your shopping. So she's been going out and doing essentially what I've been doing as my job, but doing it because she wants to be part of that community. And I know a lot of people have done that. So the help might not be coming from where you would expect it, I guess, is the answer to that.
Yeah, I really feel actually you've said something there that resonates with me. It's that thing of people seem to be caring a lot more about their neighbours and people on their street. So that's a really good thing because there will be some role models out there, little angels who will just sort of think outside of the box and do things like that, which is really nice. I do worry, I'm sure there's people watching this who feel very concerned about vulnerable people, you know, elderly, those who perhaps don't have that privilege of accessing resources and things like that, who don't know how to access them, don't know how to get them. So what advice would you give to anyone who might be watching this who is really struggling? What would you say?
Are you talking about a particular age range or just anybody?
I think anybody really, whether they're living with dementia or anything, but those that are struggling to really cope on their own, what would you suggest they do?
Do you know what I would? The thing for me is having connections with people. And whether it's picking the phone up, we don't always, if we're in a black hole or we're having a bad day, we don't always feel like talking. I would say that's the time that you need to talk. That's the time that you need to phone your best mate, your sister, your mum, someone you used to go down the pub with. I mean, it can be anybody. That's the time to do that. I know not everybody has access. Not everybody's technical. Not everybody has access to Zoom or anything like that. But that's where we come in, where we're able to go and check on other people, check on our neighbours, our relatives. If you know someone that's living alone, call them. Just give them a call. It doesn't take 2 minutes. You don't have to have a 4-hour conversation with them. It's just checking in. And actually, a 20-minute phone call with someone who's living on their own will probably make their day, because they might see their same family members who bring them shopping every week. It's about a different voice on the phone or a different face at the window, just kind of passing by and saying hello,
That's really lovely. Now, you're like me, you believe in the power of movement and how it can uplift your mood and make you feel different, and it's not only good for keeping you fit and active, it's also really great for your mind and your mental health. And you do a lot of dancing, so I'm presuming that you do your general classes, but you also work with people living with dementia as well. They access your dancing classes, don't they?
Yes, so I have recently, the last couple of weeks, just set up an online Zoom dementia seated dance class for them and their carers. So all the people who are techie, and they are learning actually, they're amazing, they want to do it, they want to see the people that they used to go to the groups with. So I set it up, not knowing how it would go, obviously, and it has been amazing. I will be posting a video of it on my Facebook page in a couple of days' time once I've edited it down. It just, the amount of smiling faces on there was just amazing. It's the best thing. It lifts me so much. It's just I can't believe I'm lucky enough to be able to do that for people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's wonderful, and you are a really bright, shining light. You really are. It's amazing. So what
That makes two of us.
Pardon?
That makes two of us. You as well.
Of course. Thank you. Oh, sure. So what are the benefits, do you think? What is it that does something about, what is it about dance? Tell us about what it is.
Do you know what? Someone said to me it is the perfect mindfulness activity, because I guess it's like yoga. You can't think about anything other than what you're doing. You are there in that moment, whether it's, with the yoga, you're thinking about the breath. With dancing, you're thinking about what your feet are doing. You have no time to think about anything else whatsoever. And it's, for people who love music or who love moving to music, it is just the best way to get moving, because it doesn't feel like exercise. And it's the music that you dance to as well, the upbeat stuff, the stuff that moves you, for example, a slow waltz. It could be an old Frank Sinatra song or something like that. I mean, there's so much to it that just, it's uplifting. It really is.
What's your favourite style? What do you love doing the most?
Oh no, I knew you were going to ask this. I can't pinpoint one, I love the jive, ballroom jive, because it's so energetic and it's just so much fun. But then I love the waltz as well, and the foxtrot, actually. The foxtrot, when you get it right, and everybody hates the foxtrot when they start learning it, because it is so, so difficult and it's so technically hard to learn. But once you get it and you get that feeling, you do just feel like you're floating on air. It is absolutely, it's such an amazing feeling. It really is.
So do people really feel like they're on Strictly Come Dancing or whatever it's called? Is it Strictly Come Dancing?
Yeah, they do actually. And last year there were steps that we do. And I was saying, oh, did you recognise that, so and so did that step on? So, oh yeah, I spotted that one, and it's great actually that they're actually starting to recognise some of the stuff that we do in class. So.
Oh, that's really good. So, just out of interest, how are you finding this online versus real life class situation as a teacher? What do you think about it?
It is fantastic because I can still see my ladies every week. I can still dance with my ladies every week. So part of the thing that for me is keeping the connection. And I know people are teaching over Facebook or YouTube, and I did, when I was looking at the different platforms, I looked at that. And it just wouldn't work for me. The thing for me is that interaction with people and seeing people and the face-to-face and seeing that they're enjoying it, or waving their arms about, or doing whatever. It's that. It's not ideal. I guess like you prefer to be more hands-on. You prefer to be in class, and yeah, there are things that you can't do. You're limited, but I'm making the most of it. So I'm trying to run. I am running a technical class once a week. So before the Saturday morning class, I do a half-an-hour technical, where I've also set up a second camera so they can see my feet. So I've got my iPad on the floor and it's watching my feet as I'm explaining stuff, because in class they would just be able to see it, and you don't realise how much you can't see when you're over a computer screen. You kind of get the general feel of it, but not the technicalities, if you like. So, and I know some of my ladies really love that.
Yeah, it's a great idea. That's really good. Okay, so I want you to teach me something, please. What are you going to teach me?
A little bit of swing jive.
Oh yeah, come on.
Do you want to learn the steps, or are we just going to go for the moves? What do you reckon?
Just go for it. I'm ready.
Excellent. I love it.
I'm ready.
Right, can you hear the music?
Yes.
Excellent. We're going to start by tapping the feet. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and tap. So this is nice wide.
Great.
Take your feet nice and wide. Swinging the hips, swing the arms. Good. We're going into the next step. Heel digs. This time, heel, toe, heel, 1, 2, 3, heel, toe, heel, 1, 2, 3, heel, toe, heel. Next step, tap and slide. 3 taps. 3, 2, sliding. Slide. 3, 2, 1, and slide.
Hey, I like this
1. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and slide. Next step, 3 rocks with a back replace. 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and back. Tapping in front. Here we go. Swing the arms. Point those toes.
This is fast.
You ready for heel digs? 5, 6, 7, and heel. Toe. Heel. 1, 2, 3. Looking good, Cathy. Heel.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Excellent.
That was so good. Do you know what? I'm so surprised. The music is coming across really well. So, yeah, there's going to be instructors out there watching right now saying, how did you get the music like that? And I think also people who take part, they have trouble with the music coming through. So, what's your technique?
The technique has been weeks of learning and trying different things.
Yeah, that's about right. I agree with that one.
yeah, totally. Now I have got an external speaker plugged in. I was using my laptop through iTunes, but you can feed that through Zoom. Yeah, It now seems to be working. But there's some ladies were saying this morning that there's a slight delay as well. But again, that I had quite a lot of people on this morning, so it depends on the amount of people you've got. It depends on what their Wi-Fi is like. And I was told that Zoom was never meant to put music through it. It was only ever meant as a meeting space, audio, verbal audio, and not music. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the way it's going so far, to be honest.
The great thing is, I feel all lovely and warm. I can feel my lungs have worked. My body's been moving. It's just made me feel really happy. So thank you for that. It was so nice. I love dancing. Oh my
Pleasure.
God, I love
Well,
dancing.
yes, you'll have to come to a few classes when you're not yogaed up.
Yes,
You're more
definitely.
than welcome.
So, right, now I'll ask everyone this. I know you are attached to a charity, I think. So what good cause or anything would you like to promote? It doesn't have to be that charity, but is there anything that you feel quite passionately about that you'd like to sort of share with everyone today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I work for Mind under the Dementia Project Heartwise, but there is a charity in Enfield that is quite close to my heart, which is the Nightingale Cancer Support Centre. They have furloughed all bar one of their staff, so one person is now trying to support all of their clients and do everything. They obviously aren't bringing in any money, so they've helped me. I mean, I lost a friend, actually Nick, who taught me to dance, had cancer, and when he passed away, I went to them and they supported me, which is why they're so important. I've seen the work that they do with other people, so I do a dance class for them. I also help write their newsletter, and I've interviewed people who have told me their story, and they've been so open about how magnificent their work is and how they one guy actually told me he was ready to end it all if it hadn't been for the Nightingale. And I think people underrate it. They don't see, unless you've had cancer or you know someone who's had cancer and been there, you don't really understand what they do and how they help. And it's the small things. It's just about they've got a space to be able to talk about it. Because actually at home, you don't want to worry your partner, your family, your mum, your dad, whoever it is. And you don't want to say the same thing all over again and again and again. So the Nightingale Cancer Support Centre on Baker Street, you can just drop in and have a cup of tea and have a chat with someone. And there's no pressure to be a certain way or to look a certain way. Or it's magnificent. So yeah, I would love for people to donate. I don't know, run a fundraiser or something like that. I'm thinking of doing something similar myself, so I will keep you posted.
Oh, that's fantastic. And really good cause. I think the Nightingale do an amazing job, so well done. What I wanted to say next is, how do we find you?
You find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Fitsteps Enfield. And there'll be a picture of me with t-shirt, obviously. So just drop me a message, and go from there.
Oh, Anne-Marie, thank you so much. It's been great chatting and dancing with you, and good luck with everything. And thank you for doing so much for the community. It's amazing, and we love you very much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Stop recording.